Coming up at 11, we reintroduce you to Amelia Ayer.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and happy Halloween. I'm Vivica Grayson. In August, we introduced you to Amelia Ayer, a nonprofit organization that rescues cats and dogs from overcrowded shelters and flies them to larger shelters in higher populated areas. But what happens to these animals once they're relocated? WYMT's Alyssa Williams checked in with the founder of Amelia Ayer and a partner of the organization to learn more.
Amelia Ayer, a nonprofit organization based out of Virginia, partners with rescue groups across the nation to relocate cats and dogs from high-kill shelters and increase their chances of adoption.
That's our mission, is getting the animals out of the shelters that are overcrowded and therefore are forced to commit euthanasia on the animals when they don't have enough room for new animals to come in.
Amelia Ayer has partners in Washington, D.C., New York, and several other states that take on these animals to help them get adopted. But some animals end up with a different path in life.
Okay, we saved some animals, we got them out of a place, we made some room for some new ones coming in behind them, and then they ended up in these wonderful homes and households and sometimes a retirement community. So,
one of Amelia Ayer's partners, the Humane Society of Atlantic County in New Jersey, recently took some of the shelter dogs to visit the Brandywine Assisted Living Facility, where one was adopted by an employee and will begin its journey as a companion dog for the residents.
We have animals that are in with Canine Warriors. They're service animals for combat veterans with PTSD. So the latest thing with the nursing home, that was just a nice natural extension of the things that we already do. So it makes us happy to see them in those type of situations.
Helping dogs and cats across the nation get a second chance at life. Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Amelia Ayer founder Dean Highstand says when no more shelter animals have to be euthanized because of overcrowding, his job is finally done. A fun Halloween event for those in Letcher County wrapped up today. The annual 3 Mile Creek Farms Halloween Bash, hosted by Antiques by the Creek, has been going on since the last week of September, offering a variety of fun activities to kids in the county. Event coordinator Rob Elkins says proceeds went towards their farm's rescued animals.
By the community's donations, and actually all over the country, people send us donations from all over the country. And without those donations, we couldn't do this. We couldn't rescue the animals.
Elkins says admission is usually $15, but with today being the last day, they let everyone in for free. Well, it's been a beautiful fall evening. We saw lots of little ghouls and goblins taking advantage of the weather to trick or treat. In Lexington, Grayson Passamore caught up with one group of neighbors in the Glen Eagle subdivision who are attracting quite a crowd tonight. She tells us all about the frights and fun.
And while they're getting candy, I sneak up behind them. Hold your ears. I go,
There's no shortage of frights, candy, and fun this Halloween.
Last year we couldn't go to school in October, so we did not do this in October last year. Because if I can't have them in school, I wasn't going to do trick or treat.
Sonia Swartz is a middle school teacher in Lexington. Since their spooky plans were canceled in 2020, she and her cul-de-sac crew have been planning for this night all year long.
But then at about 4 o'clock, we start throwing things together. We set up the table. We fix chili and pimento cheese. And we just have a ball watching the kids come and get candy.
Swartz and her group have become a staple in the Glen Eagle subdivision.
One dad one year came and said, "Oh, finally, we found you." Because his kids had dubbed us the Halloween smorgasbord.
But of course, you can't have your treats.
People would come and they would go to each bowl trying to decide which bowl they wanted something from. And we're like, no, you get something out of every bowl.
Without a few tricks.
This little fella scares the bejeebies out of someone.
From the scary to the adorable.
Come on, Bumblebee, let's roll. Tonight's perfect.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Uber riders in 3 cities may have been surprised by some stylish Halloween rides this weekend. Customers who requested an Uber X in Atlanta may have found themselves being picked up in Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine. In Los Angeles, people may have seen the SpongeBob SquarePants Paddy Wagon pull up, and riders in Miami may have found themselves in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Party Wagon. There was no way to request one of these vehicles. Getting one was just luck of the draw. A new study by the CDC has found that unvaccinated people with a previous infection were more than 5 times more likely to be reinfected with COVID than those who are vaccinated. Jeremy Toms talked to a Lexington doctor about the findings.
The CDC's latest report focuses on early protection from infection-induced and vaccine-induced immunity, according to its authors. And what it has found was expected by Lexington emergency physician Dr. Ryan Stanton.
We're not surprised because we've been talking about the fact that the vaccine immunity was going to be better than natural immunity since when the vaccine came out.
The study had a large sample size comprising hospitalized people from 9 states. It found that those who had COVID previously but were unvaccinated were 5 times more likely to get reinfected than vaccinated people.
Why roll the dice with what nature's going to throw at you with the risk of long COVID, complications, and death when we have the vaccine that has some risk, but very, very small and minuscule compared to the virus itself.
Stanton says you shouldn't put too much value into natural immunity.
Just got good short-term protection, especially if we're staying within the same variant. But we don't know exactly how long it's going to last. Each person's response is a little bit different. People with very mild symptoms or minimal symptoms may have little to no immune response.
The study also found the benefits of vaccination appear greater among those who got Moderna than Pfizer.
I wouldn't hold off. If you have a choice, you can make a choice. I mean, if there's multiple options that are available to you, but if not, get the one that's available to you because don't let perfect get in the way of good.
Ultimately, Dr. Stanton says the study drives home the message coming from those in healthcare.
Get the vaccine, protect yourself, but more importantly, protect those that are around you, especially those that are higher risk. That's all we're asking.
Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
Another finding from the study was that protection from the vaccine trended higher for those ages 65 and older.
Well, after a soggy start to our holiday weekend, we ended it on a chilly but dry note out there. Let's take a look at that I-75 camera over in London. You can see for the majority of your Sunday, we were dry, and those clouds began to move out as well for the last half of your holiday, and that left us high and dry for the majority of your Sunday. Those temperatures right now in the upper 40s to lower 50s, 52 for Jackson and Hazard, 47 right now for Harlan, 48 in London, and 46 over in Somerset. We are dry up on satellite and radar. Not much happening out there, and that will continue for the rest of your forecast tonight and into your Monday as well. For the forecast for tonight, we get down into those lower 40s for lows. We stay dry under lots of clear skies, and we stay dry into your work week as well, but some changes are on the way. I got that full forecast for you a little bit later. Vivica?
Thank you, Cameron. Dole is recalling certain packages of its Garden Classic salads due to possible Listeria contamination. The FDA says they come in 24 or 12-ounce sizes. The items were sold in 10 states under the names Dole, Market Side, Kroger, or Salad Classics. More details on the specific items included in the recall are on the FDA website. With more than 6,000 model cars, an Alaska man says his collection is complete. These tiny toy cars are more than just a collector's item. He says they saved his life, helping him through his battle with cancer. Sarah Holster has the story.
I hope you're ready to see this because it's something else. Are you ready? Come on in.
John Hotchkiss started collecting tiny model cars in 2005 after cancer left him unable to work.
Well, I blame this whole collection on my wife. She won't admit that, but she bought me my first one. And I said, wow, look at these are detailed. They're just unbelievable because they're so small. And the next time, I don't know, it was a couple days, we went to Fred Meyer, and I walked in there and I went right to the Hot Wheel display and saw my favorite car, which is a Plymouth Superbird, and I picked it up and looked at it and ended up with 50 cars that day.
Waiting for the latest Matchbox or model car to come in the mail gave Hotchkiss a reason to get up every day.
I was ordering them on eBay and Amazon both, and I just couldn't wait to get them. So every other day I was getting 3 or 4 new cars and learning more about the different kind of cars and different years.
Then last year, his health took a turn for the worst, and once again, his model cars helped pull him through.
Last summer when I got really sick, I didn't have anything. I just didn't think I was going to make it. And I'd come out here and sit in my chair and listen to my music and stare at these cars, and slowly came out of it because I couldn't even walk hardly from here to the door.
Hotchkiss says he completed his collection in 2019, but will still buy them for $1 or $2 when he sees them out and about.
They've actually helped me they've saved my life.
Reporting from North Pole, I'm Sarah Hollister.
Millions of people across large parts of the U.S. and Canada could see quite a show in the sky this weekend. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration says a large solar flare erupted Thursday that could result in a strong geomagnetic storm, causing aurora borealis to be visible across the U.S. and Europe yesterday and today.